Japan, Argentina, it comes down to this one game. Winner goes to the quarterfinals, losers going home. My name is Mark, let's talk rugby. Japan v Argentina. It's at the Stade de la Beaujour in Nantes. It's on Sunday, 8th of October. Kickoff is 12 p.m. BST. This is world number 12 versus world number 9. We're going to have a look at the teams, starting with Japan. So front row, we've got Inagaki, Horie, and Gu. So pretty much the front row, they've been starting the whole tournament. And they've been decent, but still could do with upping their performance, I think, for this game, and probably could say that for most of the team, honestly. The second row, then you got Carlelson, who is one who's kind of stood out as being good for me. You got Fakatava there beside him as well. Back row, then you got Leach, who is definitely a shadow of the player that he was 4 years ago. Still decent, just not like standout, amazing, jaw-dropping performances from him. We got Labuschagne there at playing 7 in this. We got Jimeno, who took up the torch as captain from Leach after that Rugby World Cup. We've seen him in better form than he's been in this Rugby World Cup, but with players of this quality, they can just turn it on as well. He could produce a great performance in this one. It could be what gets him through to the quarterfinals. Onto the backs, then we got Saito and Matsuda. Matsuda, he's been okay, I would say, at 10 in this one. Centres, then we got Fifita and Nakamura. Fifita's on the left wing. Got Nakamura and Riley in the centres. The centres, though, in terms of the dip from 2019, this has been one area where they really have experienced a dip in quality. Just nowhere near up to the same level. And, hopefully we see Japan keeping it a little bit more simple, because the players at the moment, they don't have the skills to do some of the stuff that they're trying to pull off. And it feels like, certain chances they have don't need to be as complicated as they're making them. Then we got Matsushima there on the right wing and Lemeki at fullback. So, again, it's a decent team that they picked. It's just a case of they've got to produce that performance. I think you could say that for both of these teams. Onto the bench then, we got Sakate, Miller and Aivalu covering the front row. We got Dearns covering the second row. Saumaki covering the back row. We got Fukuda covering 9, Yamanaka covering 10, and Naika Bula, who we've seen, pop up in the starting team during the tournament. He's covering pretty much the rest of the back line. So onto the Argentina team then. So we have the front row is Gallo, Montoya and Gomez Cordella. So, they've chopped and changed that front row. They've had, issues in there. For that, the scrum hasn't been terrible through the tournament. It just hasn't been maybe up to a standard that past Argentina teams could reach. This Argentina, in recent years, they haven't really shown an ability to be able to scrummage as well as they used to. But these guys, they're decent around the field though. Second row, then we got Pagadizabal and Lavanini. So Lavanini, the thing with him is anytime I see him down on the team sheet, I wonder is the guy going to get himself a red card in the game? Hopefully not. I am cards on the table. I am going to be up for Japan because I've mentioned my connections to Japan a lot on the channel, so you know why if you watch their videos. But so I hope for the game's sake and for his sake that he doesn't get a red card in this one. The back row, then we got Matera, Kramer and Gonzalez. Again, kind of mix and matching in the back row there. They really are trying to find that, that pack that's just going to gel as a unit and strike into form. But the problem with Argentina is that the form is inconsistency is basically what it is. a good game or two and then a bad game, and they're actually due a bad game. So hopefully for them, they can book that trend in this one. The backs then we got Bertrand and Carreras, Santiago Carreras, that is a 10. So 10 has been like, and 9 actually as well. They've chopped and changed there as well. And that's part of why I think they're finding it hard they don't really have a settled team. And it's very hard then to put in a settled, group of performances on that as well. They've got Matteo Carreras on the left wing, got Chocobaras and Cinti in the centres. Again, centres have changed a little bit through the tournament. Got Buffelli on the right wing. We've seen him, move around a little bit as well. We've got Juan Cruz Malia there at full back. So, all individual players, excellent, but just have to see them working together as a unit, really. Onto the subs bench then, we got Creevy. Like, what a luxury to bring him off the bench, like with the amount of experience that he has. Then we've got Sclavi there, and Bello covering the rest of the front row. We've got Alemano covering the second row, Rubiolo covering the back row. These are players who we've seen start through the tournament. Same with Bazan Velez as well. He's had starts at 9. Sanchez has had starts at 10. And Moroni has started in the centres as well. I think he might have appeared on a wing, but maybe I'm mixing up with somebody else. But and that's the thing with Argentina, is that consistency. And I think in terms of who I think is going to win this game, I think Japan, while not spectacular, have maybe been a little bit more consistent in terms of the level of performance than Argentina. Argentina are like boom and bust. Japan are like, passable, I would say. And that's probably why, both teams have ended up in this position where the winner is going to go through to the quarterfinals. But in terms of who I actually think is going to win, maybe it's my heart speaking, but I think Japan are going to take this one.